My name is Paige. I'm 28 and work in an office. I've been married to Jeremy, who's the same age and also a company employee, for just 6 months. We currently live with his parents, my in-laws. Since Jeremy is an only child, it was expected that we'd eventually live with them, and when we talked about having kids, his mother, who's SAHM, offered to help with childcare. So, I decided to take her up on it. Plus, living together helps us save on rent and household expenses. That said, it's not like we're just mooching off them. We give them $700 each month, and my husband and I are in charge of breakfast, laundry, and grocery shopping. Thankfully, his parents aren't the nosy type, so I wasn't too worried about living with them. I was a bit nervous about my mother-in-law at first, but she's always getting into new hobbies and doesn't really have time to bother with us, which was honestly a relief. Not long ago, she was all about knitting, bought a full set of supplies, and gave up in a week. Before that, it was French. She bought tons of materials and even joined a class, but quit after 2 sessions. Before that, it was home gardening. Well, you can imagine how that went. Because she keeps jumping from one thing to another, the house is now overflowing with her stuff. And since she spends quite a bit of money on each new hobby, I've seen my father-in-law scolding her more than once. I was honestly getting sick of all the clutter, but one day, my mother-in-law got hooked on something completely unexpected. Hey, Paige, have you heard about decluttering? Decluttering? Honestly, that's the last thing I'd expect her to be into. But it turns out I was wrong. She held up a book excitedly titled, "Declutter Your Life and Be Happy." A life full of stuff is nonsense. Simple living is the new trend. I see. Oh, great. Here we go again. Now it's decluttering, huh? And look, I bought a bunch of books on it. She began lining up a whole stack of decluttering books in front of me. I couldn't help but think, you're adding more stuff to just learn how to get rid of stuff? But yeah, she was really into it this time. I've packed some old clothes in bags and left them in the room. Can you take them out on the next collection day? Huh? Wait, did my mother-in-law, who could never throw anything away, actually pack stuff to get rid of? Half in disbelief, I went to check the room and there they were, 5 big bags full of clothes. You're really throwing all this away? Of course! The book said to toss anything that doesn't spark joy, so I just went for it. Yes, this place is finally going to get cleaned up. I happily agreed to take out the trash, and after that, my mother-in-law went full speed into decluttering the whole house. At first, it was great because she got rid of tons of her hoarded stuff, which honestly helped a lot. But after a week, she ran out of her own things to toss, and that's when the trouble started. She began decluttering everyone else's belongings without asking. A week later, "Hey, Paige, I packed up more clothes. Can you throw these out next time too?" Huh? There's still more? Oh, yes. This time it's your father-in-law's clothes. Thanks. Wait, you're throwing out his stuff without asking? He's definitely going to flip out. Oh, don't be so uptight. If I asked about every little thing, nothing would ever get done. Oh no, this is going downhill fast. I nervously went to check the closet and found barely a few pieces of clothing left. What the hell? You cleared out everything! He's going to be furious! Oh, come on! The book says 3 outfits are all you need. Excuse me? 1 for work, 1 for daily wear, and 1 for sleeping. That's all anyone needs. That's not enough! He's going to have to wear the same shirt and suit to work every day. Oh, Paige, you're so old-fashioned. These days, minimalism is the way to live. Minimalism is one thing, but this is a bit much. She keeps saying, "Oh, come on," while tossing everything like it's no big deal. Is she okay? Still, even after tossing out so much, her remaining things just brought her down to a normal amount for most people, and yet she threw out more than half of my father-in-law's clothes. Honestly, none of them sparked joy, so I wanted to toss everything. Of course they didn't spark joy, they're not even yours. Anyway, just take care of it, okay? I really think we should ask your husband first. Oh, don't be silly. He won't even notice if a few things are missing. Yes, he will. Anyone would notice if their closet suddenly turned into a desert.
Hey, Paige, is she making you help with her decluttering again? Sorry about that.
Just then, my father-in-law happened to walk in. Oh, it's fine. I mean, please notice, your clothes are about to disappear forever. You've always told me to tidy up the house, so aren't you happy it finally looks cleaner? Now, Paige, go ahead and throw those out. Come on, quickly now. But,
Huh? Hey, show me those bags.
Yes, he noticed. Even at that moment, my mother-in-law was still giving me that hurry up and toss them look, but there's no way I was going to do it.
Wait a minute, those aren't my clothes, are they?
They are! Thank goodness he figured it out! He opened one of the bags and let out a furious shout.
Are you trying to get rid of me? Even my suits, my socks, and my underwear?
He rushed to his closet and, seeing it nearly empty, started trembling in disbelief. And then, my mother-in-law dropped the biggest bomb of all. See, Paige, I told you! Wait, what? It was Paige who said, why not throw out your husband's clothes too? What? You're blaming this on me? I never said that.
Enough excuses, just put all my clothes back now!
What? Why am I the one getting yelled at? Geez, what a troublesome daughter-in-law. Well, don't worry, I'll put them back myself. You can go now, Paige. Just like that, I was kicked out of the room, completely blindsided by the false accusation. I wish it had ended there, but for some reason, my easily bored mother-in-law never gets tired of decluttering. The living room, which used to be overflowing with stuff, has now become almost completely empty. She started throwing things away on her own while we were at work. The only small relief is that she puts the things she wants to get rid of into bags, but doesn't actually take them out herself. At least that way I can check whether she's thrown away any of her own things without permission. My husband and father-in-law have told her not to throw things away without asking, but she just brushes it off with a yeah, and keeps doing it. We even put locks on the doors so she can't declutter when we're not home, but she still seems desperate to get rid of stuff. One day, on my day off, right after finishing lunch and doing the laundry, I went to our room, and to my shock, my mother-in-law had sneaked into our room and was rummaging through the closet. Mom? What are you doing? I never expected her to sneak in so quickly, and I had forgotten to lock the door. You sure keep a lot of stuff, don't you? Holding on to things you don't need lowers your luck. To raise your luck, you have to declutter. There's nothing I don't need, so no worries, I said, but as I was speaking, she kept throwing away my things without permission. Please stop already! I reached my limit. I confronted her, even ready to end our living arrangement if needed. Then she picked up an old, worn-out box. Oh, that's... Inside were some plates, and when she saw them, she smirked. How long are you planning to keep such old stuff? Holding on to things like this lowers your luck. You won't be able to have kids if you keep this up. What? Old dishes are useless, she said, forcefully tossing the plates she was holding into the bag. Crash! That sound told the sad fate of the plate. So cruel! With this, luck will finally come your way. I'll finally get to see my first grandchild. Luck will come my way? Seriously? She laughed loudly, as if she had done something great, but she clearly had no idea what those plates meant to me, and she was about to grab another one to throw into the bag. Please stop!
What's wrong, Paige? Are you okay?
Just then, my husband and father-in-law rushed in. Thank goodness, they saved me.
You! What are you doing?
This is... Oh! Startled, my mother-in-law accidentally dropped the plate she was holding with a crash.
What are you doing?
My hand slipped. Paige asked me to help with decluttering. She said she didn't want these old plates anymore, so it's no problem if they break, right? Right? She got really flustered and stared me down, trying to pressure me into going along with her story, but there was no way I was going to play along. I would never tell you to throw anything away. Paige, I just told you earlier. You said to throw away those plates because you don't use them anymore. I never said that. There's no way I'd ask her to throw them away, because those plates are worth $3,400 each. Huh?
$3,400 each?
Well, you broke 2 plates, so that's a total of $6,800. You don't think I'd tell you to throw away something so valuable, do you? See, these plates are precious vintage items worth $3,400 each. I'd never dream of throwing them out. There's no way those old plates are worth $6,800. You're trying to trick me, but it's not going to work.
Those plates were handed down from her grandmother and are very important to her, Mom.
Handed down? I never heard anything about that. Of course you didn't, because I've never told you about that. If I'd known those plates were so important, I never would have tossed them into a decluttering bag. Oh, you just admitted it. And anyway, if they're so valuable, why are you hiding them in the closet? I was hiding them so you wouldn't declutter them without permission. If those plates were really that valuable, I could have secretly sold them for some pocket money. You have to declutter or your luck will go down. The reason you can't have kids is because you're holding on to old plates like these. I don't care if they're worth $6,700. You should be grateful that I did you a favor by getting rid of them. Now I'll finally get to see my first grandchild. What? She just keeps saying whatever she wants. What do you mean you'll finally get to see your first grandchild? Even if we do have a child, you're the last person I'd ever let see their face or hear their voice. What? What are you talking about? I promised to help you raise the baby. There's no way I'm entrusting my child to someone like you. What? I was decluttering for your sake, for my poor son and his wife who, even after getting married, still don't have a child. It's your own fault. Keeping old, raggedy plates like that is why you can't conceive in the first place. Oh, give me a break! Ah!
Paige, go easy on her.
Oops, my bad.
Nah, someone had to finally put her in her place.
Honey?
It's one thing to declutter what's yours, but going through other people's things and destroying something Paige inherited from her grandmother? That's beyond repair. No amount of money can fix this. I'm truly sorry.
Father.
Dad.
Yes, the plates were expensive, but the real issue wasn't the money. It was the fact that something passed down from my beloved grandmother was destroyed. That's what made me furious, and my mother-in-law didn't understand that at all, which only made it worse. Fine, I'll pay $6,700. See? She doesn't get it, not even a little. To say you won't let me see my grandchild over some plates, what a petty, spiteful daughter-in-law you are! Honestly, I really wanted to declutter you, Paige, but whatever, I'm over it. Wait, what did she just say? Honestly, I thought I'd be able to show off my grandchild to my friends right after the wedding, but no, you only care about making money and clearly have no interest in having a baby, huh? You're useless! Why don't you just leave already? I'm glad I finally got to declutter my daughter-in-law too! Oh, is that so? Well, you know what? I'm feeling pretty refreshed myself, and while she keeps going on and on about decluttering, it seems like she still hasn't realized just how serious this situation is.
All right then. I'll leave right away. Wait, Jeremy, you don't need to go anywhere.
What? That's right! Jeremy should stay right here! It's enough if just the wife leaves, right?
Yeah, just the wife should leave.
Wait, what?
Dad? It's time I did some decluttering too! Honey, I want you to leave!
Huh? Telling your poor honey to Wait, what? Honey? What?
You've been blowing through your savings on hobbies and random stuff, never thinking about the future. Sure, decluttering the junk you bought on a whim is one thing, but tossing out my wife's priceless keepsake? That's completely unacceptable. I've had enough. You want to talk about decluttering your daughter-in-law? Fine, I'll declutter you.
What are you saying? I've never heard of anyone decluttering their wife. That's not what decluttering even means. Oh, isn't the rule that you throw out things that no longer spark joy? Well, yes, but in that case, it sounds like he is just following the rules of decluttering perfectly, doesn't it? You're not really going to throw me away, are you? This is a joke, right?
I don't joke!
Dear, if we get divorced, how am I supposed to live?
Not my problem.
No, darling! Honestly, she looked so pitiful at that point, I figured I'd throw her a little lifeline, just for fun. Well then, you're wondering how you'll survive from now on, right? Allow me to explain. What? First of all, I'll be filing a police report. A police report? You deliberately broke 2 of my precious plates, didn't you? That's considered property damage under the law. Under Japanese law, that's punishable by up to 3 years in prison or a fine of up to $2,000. It's a criminal act, plain and simple. And as for a settlement, well, you broke something worth $3,400 apiece, so that's $6,700 total. But since you're a reckless spender with no savings, I doubt you'll be able to compensate me. So yeah, settlement denied. What? Am I going to be arrested? Well, that's not for me to say. Now, as for what's going to happen next, if I file the police report, you'll be summoned for questioning. Oh, but before that, you'll need to finalize the divorce with your husband and move out of here. So that means you'll need to find a new place to live and a job immediately. Since you don't work, finding a place won't be easy, and while you're overwhelmed dealing with police interviews, you'll still need money to survive and, oops, looks like you might just borrow from some sketchy lender out of desperation. Yep, I can see that future plain as day. There's no way that's going to happen.
Then you better hurry up and start job and house hunting.
Dear! I thought you wanted to get away from me, remember? So, win-win, right? It's not a win at all! With that, I went straight to the police and filed the report. My mother-in-law spent hours being questioned and came out so mentally drained, she didn't even have the strength to fight the divorce. It was finalized right then and there. Later, she came to me head bowed, begging me to settle out of court. So we did, for a total of $13,400, including damages for the plates and emotional distress. Apparently, she borrowed the money from some shady place and now works a part-time job to pay it off. As for us, we're living peacefully in the family home, finally.
I don't think I'll wear this anymore.
Today, I was reorganizing my closet. Got it. Shall I take it to the recycling shop then?
Wait, you're not gonna throw it away?
Throwing away clothes that are still wearable? What a waste! Gotta recycle everything, and even the stuff that's not wearable anymore. If you sell it, you can make a little extra cash.
Wow, you're so on top of things. Wait, don't tell me you sold some of the stuff Mom asked you to hold on to instead of tossing it?
Maybe.
Classic Paige!
Even when I declutter, I never let anything go to waste. That's Paige's motto.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!